I was driving home from work, crying in the car.
Oh.
And I was thinking, oh my God, the overwhelming responsibility of what I'm supposed to do is just do this next, do this next, do this next. Today I accomplished this. And then next, and this. And then day after day, year after year, it just went more and more. It's like, oh crap, this is never ending. Where was this bag of gold they were promising at the end of the rainbow? Then this rainbow seems so far away. It's like, oh shit, is this a 30-year journey? I'm in year 10. Ooh, 20 more years of crying in the car, I don't think. Ooh, am I ready for this? As parents, my parents are my role models of how to behave, how to act as a grown-up, as a business owner. But when I see them, I was like, ooh, do I want to be 70 and slogging it out every Monday morning? And Sunday nights are the worst because I have to work tomorrow. That was something after a decade I realized, this is not a nice feeling. I want to be someone that goes like, oh my God, tomorrow is Monday. I really wanted to have that sensation, and it just went further and further away. So the thought of like going to the office was not fun. The idea of doing something you love wasn't even something my parents can fathom. Like, what is this passion thing? No, you shut up, you stop doing your hobbies, do serious work, suffer just for 20, 30 years, and then you can do what you enjoy. So that was the message given to me. It's like, really? Yeah.
That's your message?
Monday, I just for Monday to Friday, and then evenings and weekends, I just a little bit.
Yeah.
And then just repeat for 30 years. And by the time I can really enjoy myself, I'll be about 55 years old. Really? Yeah, like that. So that message just caused me to just doubt the whole sequence of events that was laid out in front of me. Do I follow this well-paved road, no matter how
reluctant you are,
weird a direction it seems to be going, or just, there's a forest path I might hack my way through, but at least it's my path. My mom made me do this very interesting exercise to say, how much do I think I need to survive in a month if I were completely on my own? So I just, okay, let's try that. If I were not living with them and had my own house, vehicle, savings, holidays, and I came up with a number. All right, based on however I was living my life then. I was like, okay, that's I guess what I need. And if I were to be on my own, I have to hit that amount. And I just remembered that number and just tossed that paper away and just carry on life, and then started Wim Hof method on the side. One day I was looking through the monthly income, and then it hit that number, and then like this note from 3 years ago, like, hey, oh my goodness, the time has come. And so I just like rolled with it until one day the number matched, and I realized this is a sign that I can kind of survive on my own. And to let my parents know that I can survive on my own, suddenly the overwhelming push for working in the family like quietened down a bit, knowing that the underlying reason for well-being and survival was taken care of. So basically for them, it's out of love. Like I love you, I need to take care of you, but maybe the expression is different. The expression is work for a family business. Work hard. Ignore what you love and enjoy. Work hard, get the money, and that is love. So I cannot fault them, because without that, they wouldn't be where they are right now.
Absolutely.
At the same time, I cannot follow that because I didn't grow up that way. It doesn't connect as strongly as it did for them.
True. And I think we all have our own blueprint, our background, our financial blueprint, our family blueprint. And whatever happens, I think any setback is always for us to learn and learn more about ourselves. And I think that breathwork meditation or whatever form that makes sense to us really could help us to find out what's our inner voice and what do we truly want. And I love that word you say, authentic. Yeah, always be the authentic self, because if you're going to be the version that other people want you to be, you will never live life authentically. You will feel, you wake up dreading to go to work and hating life. And I think mental wellness is such a big topic that I often discuss with Eugene about and with any of my guests. Have you even pondered about this word of funeral? what your farewell will be?
Actually, quite frequently. A lot of what my ego told me in the past was to be so special and so awesome that when it's time to go, it's a huge celebration. I touched so many people's lives. They've come like, oh, we've had so many good times together, and that would be what that farewell would be like, celebrating whatever interactions we've had, good and bad, together. And quite a few times in my adventures, I've come close to quite a bit of danger. Like there was a point where a skydiving trip, a landing didn't go that well. So I was supposed to land in an open area.
Okay.
I kind of froze last minute and went straight for a barbed wire fence. And just as I was about to land, my mind was like, ooh, is this it? Am I gonna get mangled? What's the hospital trip gonna be like? Is that literal like last minute flash? Everything just within 2 seconds. And then for some reason, just before I hit it, I pulled on the toggles, the parachute lifted slightly and my butt just grazed the top level of the fence, and then I landed. And for me to have that split second moment, it's like, is this it? Really gave me a nice, I don't know, zoom out of the whole situation and got me questioning life, which, to be honest, I think is very necessary.
Yes.
And then, many other times, like diving deep where some mola was enchanting me with her eyes, and then I realized, oh my goodness, I'm at 55 meters on a single tank, the decompression and all that. Okay, but again, a quick flash. Ooh, is this it? Is the mola just gonna drag me into the depths in a down current? So many times.
Wow.
So every time. Actually, one of the more serious ones was on a Wim Hoff expedition where we were hit by a snowstorm.
Oh God.
And so quite a few got hypothermia, but everyone made it back safely. But during the point we were hit the hardest, just wearing shorts and like bare skin exposed, and we needed to turn back, and everything started going haywire. So the sensation of the thinking brain shutting down, the survival reptilian brain kicking up and saying like, you might die here, this is you better make it back. And again, the brain's like, oh, is this it? What's the whole thing gonna look like? How's it gonna pan out? So every time it happens, it's like the world stops, and then I'm forced to zoom back out. This is where, and now last week, last year, last month, baby, and then just look at the whole thing.
Wow.
Like, ooh, what's that like? How's this journey been? Is this okay? I guess I'm okay to go. But if I don't go, it'll be still alright.
Wow.
Every time it happens, whoa, okay. But okay, you're back.
That's back. Oh my God.
So it's like a safe game. Continue or quit. I was like, okay, click continue. And then we make it back. Everyone's okay, happy. But the back of the mind, it's almost like a muscle memory already. Every time something, is this it? Driving also in Singapore is always like hectic, right? Suddenly jam brake. Is this it? The only way that can, I would say that I would convince myself to do something scary, like if everything were to end in a few hours, would you still sit back and say, no lah, thanks for inviting, but no lah, I don't want lah. So but that kept me pushing and going, but that was also the source of my inflammation and problems, which then became the source of my strength for teaching and guiding.
Beautiful.
So would I be right to say I shouldn't have done any of that, or should I just say it's all my perspective of things, good and bad? So one thing I constantly tell myself is like, life always presents a challenge, and then when something appears, it's usually slightly out of my comfort zone, therefore a challenge. And it's a reminder to see, like, just to check in with myself. Do I have the acquired skills to overcome this? If I don't, I'll fail the challenge, and that challenge will remind me what I need to empower myself with to level up next, so that when it appears again, I know what to do to conquer it. The sad thing is, once I've conquered it, the next challenge will be looming around the corner. Slightly bigger, slightly tougher. But that's how I see it as leveling up. So every failure becomes a reminder every success is like, okay, you are where you need to be. Get ready for the next one.
Yeah.
It will be tougher than this.
Oh wow.
It's like, oh boy, here we go. So every day, every year is just gonna get more and more interesting because sadly our brain can absorb so much. So it's just a matter of time where we find ourselves. I guess if you're pessimistic about it, it's never-ending suffering. It's challenges after challenges. Oh, I thought I settled this debt, and now we got cancer. Oh, I thought settled, cancer's gone. Now the business is crashing. So you can look at it like, oh, my life is just shitty all the time. Or you can just say like, oh, I'm given so many opportunities to level up compared to when I was in my 20s. Lots of time, lots of energy, but totally useless in so many things.
Absolutely.
Now, 10, 15 years later, hey, actually I have a lot of skills because of these challenges over and over again. Now you give me anything else, like I would look at it like, that's not that bad. I think we can do it.
Exactly.
And the ability to say that can only come from suffering that you have gone through.
Yeah.
As nice as living authentically sounds, I would have to embrace the criticism, the consequences for stepping out of line as well. Because it's so easy to sit back on my armchair and say, I don't think you're doing it right. You're a stupid, look at your stupid face. So for me to dish that out as unpopular opinion is very easy, and we have no shortage of that. So for anyone willing to say, this is my true voice, I'm being authentic, this is the way we should live our life and die and celebrate, I have to accept that naysayers are going to come and just point fingers and say, oh, what the hell do you think you're doing? You can't do this here. Pros and cons. You got to be a bit, like for me, I learned how to grow a bit of a thick skin to say like, I'm doing something weird. If it's not for you, turn around, go somewhere else. But if it's what you love, come and join this little village of weirdos. And after this village grows, you'll be the weirdo for being outside the village. So that's
I love that, the fact that I think a lot of us, even when I was growing up, I think I've always been quite an odd one. And I think as you go through a lot of challenges, you start to realize whose voice are you listening? Is it people's noise, or is it really truly you? And I think once you're able to identify that, then yes, there's always walking with fear, but I always wanted to convert it to walking or performing in spite of fear. There's always going to be this fear in you, like, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right path? But continue to walk. And the worst thing to happen to you is not taking that step, or just like, okay, I think, someone say I'm stupid to come up with the idea. Okay, I think he's right? Accepting someone else's truth and not your truth, right?
I think those doubts are important to have. Because they help solidify your argument. If I rewind and say, I'm going to leave the family business, should this be right? Am I an unfilial son? Will the business carry on? Will they survive? These doubts have to be there for me to solidify, okay, yes, they'll be there. The questions are there for me to answer.
Very good, yeah.
So if I can answer them properly, actually they'll survive. And actually I'll be happier. And actually, they'll be happier because I won't be wasting their time doing half-hearted work.
Yes.
Okay, thanks to these questions. So same thing for going to an ice bar. You think about it, it's bloody scary. Should I really be going into it? It's there to help solidify your argument to eventually go in to say, okay, this doubt of my inner strength is here to help me solidify whether I believe in myself in the first place.
Yeah.
And because of that question, I will answer, no, I'm not going in because I'm just too tired. My head is in the wrong space today. And boom, you have an authentic communication with your inner voice that says, don't do it for the sake of everyone being there, cameras and all that. Or the other way around is, I bloody hate the cold. This is my one chance under guidance and supervision to do something. The scariest thing I've ever done. I almost drowned when I was young. And this time, I'm going to put my face into a tub of ice cubes. But there's people surrounding me and supporting me and making sure I'm safe. So the doubt will cause me to solidify the fact that actually I'm way stronger than I thought. And this whole situation allowed it to happen, and I come out stronger than I ever felt before, doing something I feared for my entire life.
Death has always been a certainty.
That's what I like about Angjolie. It has to be a celebration.
endless topics that we can talk about.
Dying to meet you.
Welcome to my podcast.